The Emerging Threats and Capabilities Subcommittee meets today to mark up our portion of H.R. 1540, the fiscal year 2012 National Defense Authorization Act. As I said at our first hearing, this newly renamed subcommittee is charged with looking out into the future and with helping see that the U.S. is prepared to deal with those national security challenges that are still emerging and those that we are still learning about, challenges such as terrorism and cyber warfare. We're also charged with nurturing emerging capability that can help meet those and other threats. This mark meets our charge with budget allocations and policy provisions that support those on the cutting edge of protecting our nation, that provide the necessary investment in science and technology to provide our security for the future, and that help develop those new and needed capabilities. For those on the cutting edge of counterterrorism and many other national security challenges, we provide a modest increase for the Special Operations Command and meet some unmet requirements in ships and radios. We also extend some of their important authorities. And I'll say that this subcommittee takes its oversight responsibilities of SOCOM very seriously. We are well aware that it was Special Operations Forces that conducted the operation on Osama bin Laden earlier this week, and that they do such things time and again with precision and professionalism that is unmatched anywhere in the world. They deserve our thanks and our support, and from this subcommittee, they get it. We have oversight responsibilities for others who are also on the cutting edge of protecting our nation, such as the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, which is responsible for reducing the threat posed by chemical, biological, nuclear, and radiological weapons. It's funded here at nearly $1.5 billion. And we also continue to fund important programs to help protect our troops against chemical and biological weapons, and we fund programs to eliminate our existing chemical weapons. Our future defenses depend on today's research. This mark provides vital resources for DARPA and for each of the services to prepare future options for our warfighters and policymakers. We all have to operate within tight budgets, and because science and technology programs pay benefits largely in the future, it's tempting to cut them. But that would be a mistake. We must do the research now that protects us and our children in the years to come. One of the priorities in this mark has been to add money for directed energy research. This cause has been championed by Mr. Langevin, and I agree with him on the importance of this important research and the benefits it can have for our country in the future. This mark takes several positive steps toward developing our cyber capabilities, both in dollars and in programs. The largest dollar amount in the mark goes to DoD, IT, and cyber activities and programs. There may be some other cyber-related provisions that are considered also later in the process, but I believe that all members of this subcommittee are committed to seeing that our nation is protected in cyberspace as well as in other domains. Every member of this subcommittee contributed to this product. It's the result of a lot of meetings, formal and informal, a lot of personal visits to places here and overseas, and a fair amount of experience both by members and staff. And let me say, it has also been a completely nonpartisan product, and I very much appreciate the working relationship Mr. Langevin and I have, which is based in other committees and in previous lives, but certainly in this subcommittee. All members on both sides of the aisle have contributed and done so in a nonpartisan way, and I appreciate that. It makes for a better product. This bill seeks to build also upon the work that's been done in previous Congresses. We have a former chair and former ranking member of this subcommittee here with us currently. Under leadership of both parties, there has been a lot of good work done. This bill tries to build on that, and I believe that it merits all members' support. I'd yield to Mr. Langevin for any opening statement he'd like to make.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all the members of the subcommittee for their efforts in crafting this important piece of legislation. This has, as you said, truly been a bipartisan effort, and I appreciate the working relationship that you and I have and how open you've been to considering our points of view on this mark. and I appreciate everyone's work in this regard. Let me particularly thank the staff as well, whose service is incredibly important and without whom we could not do our work as well at all. So thank you to the staff. The incredible raid on Osama bin Laden's compound, as you pointed out, Mr. Chairman, on Sunday, it truly is a testament to the strength of our Special Operations Forces. And we are deeply indebted for their patriotism, their professionalism, their courage in carrying out that mission flawlessly. These brave men and women are a critical asset to our national security, and this mark affirms our commitment to supporting their efforts. I am also pleased that the mark fully supports the fiscal year 2012 request for science and technology policies and programs, particularly in the areas supporting innovative technology capabilities, accelerating development of new technologies, and enhancing the S&T workforce, and as you pointed out, Mr. Chairman, particularly in the area of directed energy. Additionally, this mark prioritizes the Department's cybersecurity, which has long been a chief focus of mine and which continues to grow significantly in importance. Among the many related issues, I've been concerned for some time about the insider threat, in particular, to our networks and the vulnerability of our military installations to cyber attacks on critical pieces of civilian infrastructure, and I'm glad that this mark addresses these issues along with many others. I appreciate, again, Mr. Chairman, the good working relationship that you and I have had, and look forward to continuing that work. And I yield back.
I thank the gentleman. We'll now proceed to mark up H.R. 1540, National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2012. Members have copies of the subcommittee mark and directive report language before them. Without objection, the first reading of the bill is dispensed with. Is there any discussion or questions related to the chairman's mark? If not, the chair lays before members the text of the mark for consideration. Without objection, the mark is open for amendment at any point. Are there any amendments to the chairman's mark? If not, the question now occurs on adoption of the mark. So many as in favor will say aye. Aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it, and the mark is adopted. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Miller, for the purpose of a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move the subcommittee report the mark favorably to the full committee.
Questions on the motion of the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Miller? Those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. A quorum being present, the ayes have it, and the mark is adopted. And without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table. Without objection, members have 5 legislative days within which to submit written statements into the record. And I also ask unanimous consent that the staff be authorized to make necessary conforming technical and clerical changes to remove from the mark provisions that would cause the mark to refer to other committees or would result in additional direct spending or would result in an earmark. Without objection, so ordered. There being no further legislative business before the subcommittee, this mark is adjourned with the chair's thanks.